Have you ever felt like, I want to cut the cords of negativity in a relationship, but I don't want to end the relationship. I just want to get the cords to the old wounds and cut those so that I can have a present relationship with the same person. Has that ever been a curious interest of yours? Because people sometimes think cutting a cord means dumping the person and banishing them from your life, which it doesn't mean. So hi, I'm Sonia Choquette, here to talk to you about cutting cords to old wounds without getting rid of the people you love and opening up the space to have a refreshed relationship, because a relationship is not the person, it's the energy you share with a person. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm so excited to have you here. I hope these tips and tools today are useful. If you're coming back, welcome back. And if you enjoyed this, be sure to hit that bell and subscribe button so I can continue to bring you wonderful tips and tools. Back to the toxic relationship cords, how to cut them and maintain the good relationship. Well, first of all, we need to know a relationship is the energy between two people. And when you're cutting a cord, you're cutting the connection to that dynamic, that maybe unhealthy, unfulfilling, toxic dynamic. We're snapping that apart. Hooray, we want to. We don't want to keep doing the same old thing with the same person, having the same unhappy result. So what we do instead is we start to recognize first my part of that toxic dynamic. You know, maybe I'm codependent, maybe I overgive, maybe I am too needy, maybe I'm not appreciative enough, maybe I'm selfish, maybe I'm demanding. Self-awareness is the key to elevating any relationship. And we come into relationship with people for the mirroring and to get more self-aware. So before we start cutting cords and getting rid of anything, look in your own heart and in the mirror and say, what am I doing that needs to be eliminated? Let me cut the cords of my own bad behavior and immature expectations and become more self-aware. That way I can be a more loving partner and invite someone into a new, elevated relationship with me. And by the way you relate is the way you relate, whether it's with a lover, a partner, a child, a boss. We have some basic behaviors in relationship, and they show up over and over again. So let us make up our minds that my goal is to be as conscious, self-reflective, responsible, and loving as possible in how I relate to people, by first relating to myself that way. Do I take care of myself? Am I listening to my intuition? Am I honoring the things I need for my body? Am I being honest? Am I being authentic? Hold yourself to these standards and you won't have to be cutting a whole lot of cords with other people, because you won't be attracting mirroring drama. So that's the most self-interested way and the most effective way to evolve and cut a cord from the past, from the old, and not have to get rid of the person, because whatever you're doing is going to go with you and show up again, no matter who you're relating to. So start there. That alone is enough to change any relationship, because if you shift how you're relating and you're not bringing your own toxic behaviors, expectations, and assumptions into play, you're going to have a different experience, a better one, believe me. Next, stay present. Don't bring up and sludge up the past when you are with someone who triggers you. Just say, ouch, that triggers me. And then if you need to, take a minute, reset, walk away. I had this very situation last night. I was having dinner with my daughter. She said something to me. I didn't respond properly or the way she expected. I responded the way I thought I heard it. I triggered her, then she triggered me, then I triggered her, and then we both said, you know what, we want a really nice dinner. Let's take 5 minutes. She got up and went to the restroom. I just calmed down. I thought, you know what? I don't want to keep doing this. It's very enticing, but it's just going to ruin a beautiful night. So I'm not going to. I'll let it go. I'm going to let that attachment, because that's what a chord is. It's an energetic attachment from the ego. I'm going to be more curious about what good spirit thing we can connect with. So you decide, I'm not going to let my ego attach. I'm going to go to my spirit and I'm going to be curious and available to what good spirit guided connection we can have. So the idea of cutting a cord is letting go of what your ego is attached to and what the two of you are attached to, creating from an ego level. Just go higher, go to a higher frequency. One of the ways you can do that is to just say, let's stop. I love you, and that's what matters. I love you, and I want to have a nice experience with you right now. That's important to me. Sometimes that ego attachment it just needs to grumble a bit. So if someone isn't right there with you, just say, I'll give you a minute. I understand, but I do love you, and I want to create a nice experience with you. Please, let's do that. Again, someone may need a moment or two to get out of that adrenaline attack mode. So just be patient, and maybe you step away for a minute if it's necessary, but don't storm away. Just say, I'm going to pause, I'll be right back, give us some space to reset. That way you practice being present. So you're not attached to what we were yesterday or last week or 2 years ago or when you totally wounded me or when I was a total jerk to you. Because let's face it, we all show up a lot of times where we disappoint and upset each other, but we are works in progress. We just need to keep practicing this higher vibration experience. So a chord is an ego attachment to the past and recreating that same experience over and over again. So to cut a cord without getting rid of the person is to say, I'm not going to let my ego attach to this unpleasant dynamic. I am going to love your spirit, and I'm going to recognize that both of our egos are like two barking dogs that just got into a dog fight. And there's more to me than that. I am going to come to my higher self and say, I love me and I love you, and I want to create something new. And give space for that shift to occur. A couple of breaths, a smile. They could be stubborn. They might have a stubborn barking dog. It might take a few minutes, but if you give it at least 5 minutes, it's hard to stay in a fight with someone who just is giving you love and doesn't want to fight. You go there, then you can stay very connected to people you love and say, I don't want to be connected to that creation. It's not happy. It's not good for us. It's not good for me. I love you. I love me. And I'd love to have a nice experience right now. I love you. I love me. I want to have a nice experience right now. I don't want to go back there. It's nothing there but pain. Don't want to do that again. Please respect that. I don't want to do that. I love you. I love this moment. I want to create something good right now. So try that. And if you're persistent and consistent and you truly mean it and you're truly loving, it will work. It will work. So you can stay connected to the person, soul to soul, spirit to spirit, but you're not roll to roll, dog fight to dog fight. So you can cut the cord to the ego attachment and stay connected to the beautiful spirit, first your own and then theirs. Thanks for tuning in. It's been a real pleasure sharing this. And if you're new to my channel and you enjoyed this, please consider hitting that little button, that little bell, and subscribe so that you can be notified the next time I put out a tip or a tool for living your intuitively intelligent, beautiful, gorgeous, dynamic, wonderful, guided, happy, creative life. See you soon. All my love.